I mean, it's really important for us to remember our history. You know, unless you're one of the first Americans, and you came from someplace else.
I know who I am and I know who I'm not. Sustaining every day through the power of Ra. USA, America got cowards for cops. They want to rain on my parade and shower with shots. I learned it all a long time ago. What you think I'm rhyming for? Indigenous to the land like Geronimo.
It's just sad that all black people are not from Africa, just like all white people are not from Ireland, but we can't separate ourselves from what we're told in books. It's really sad.
Let me explain. The current American education states African Americans were brought to America as slaves from Africa, which is simply not true. They are American indigenous.
When I was reading to prepare for this interview, I was quite surprised to see you use the word Aborigines talking about African Americans.
You know, I've dealt with that issue. I've already, talked publicly about that.
And my purpose here today is to say that I'm very sorry, and I apologize to anyone whose feelings were hurt by my comment.
I've made very, very clear I don't know where that comment comes from.
Well, from your subconscious.
Well, I guess. I mean, it's not even a normal thing anyone would say, even if you meant something in a negative fashion. I don't know if you would pull that out. But for me personally, you can't just close down camp and stop trying to do the things that you think are right.
Because you can see how America and Africa fit together like a puzzle. I even went so far as one day to cut out this edge on the map and cut out this edge of the map and bring the two together. And they fit together perfectly, except for there's a space right in the middle where Atlantis would have been at. And their scientists will tell you that, oh, them continents, they separated millions and millions and millions of years ago. There was no humans around at that time. We're talking about these things taking place as recently, the last of these things taking place as recently as 1500 BC. This scientists would love you to have you to believe this whole gradual evolution, the continents separating 1 inch per year type of thing. We're talking about major catastrophes that took place. And I'm going to get into this at a later date. I want to do a lecture on just showing you how the actual foundations of this whole European world order has been totally destroyed already by their own scholars. But these scholars, they put in the background because they don't want you to know about them. And one of them name is Immanuel Velikovsky. And I want to talk more about him. But he gets to this whole cataclysmic thing about this planet and the different cataclysms that took place as recently dealing with the planet Venus. We think planet Venus has always been there. Planet Venus was a comet that at one point came so close to Earth, it caused the destructions that took place, and then it settled in the orbit that we now see as Venus. And this was symbolized as Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent, the flying fiery serpent was symbolized in Venus when it came very close to the Earth. And different things in the Bible and Exodus about the plagues and all that stuff and mentioned in the Bible confirm this cataclysm that took place. But I'm going to save that for another lecture. Here we have another map, because the elders always taught us that all the original places, all of them was original places and place names of places over here, and was at a later date transferred overseas to confuse us, because when the European came to power, what he did was change up chronology and geography, or the time-space coordinates to disorientate us. So we don't know where we at.
So the slave trade never happened?
Who said that? I told you the slave trade started with Native Americans being brought to England. That's what I said. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? The Africans that eventually were brought here, they were brought here because they couldn't enslave us anymore. You understand? Why? Because you can't enslave a man in his own home. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, all these inventions, they give credit to African Americans. Ain't no African gonna come to the Americas and tell you when to plant your stuff. It's a science you gotta study. It ain't the same over there as it is here. You gotta know the land, right? So all these achievements that we ascribe to African Americans, these are achievements by Native Americans who had to take on an identity of being African American because they was hanging us. But you think they was hanging people because they was Africans. Africans just want to go home. Nigga from here want to take his shit over.
You're going to be dealing with tribes. You're going to be dealing with tribes. You're going to be dealing with tribes.
I met Muhammad I'm immigrant from Egypt. I thank you, the Native American Indians, for allowing us to come to their land. You are the real owners. We thank you, everybody, all immigrants. We owe you everything nice.
Okay.
You saved my life. You saved my family, my grandchildren.
Okay.
And Muslims, we are not savages. We are not killers.
Okay.
We want to live in peace, and
Okay.
we are living in hell back home.
Okay.
So I thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
all
that.
Native Americans. I love
Thank you.
sir.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Love you too. Thank you.